大家好，今天给大家介绍迈克尔·罗森 （Michael Rosen） 诗歌在垃圾桶后面和作者演示创作的此诗的过程和诗歌创作的细节。据6月28日英国卫报报道，作家迈克尔·罗森因《无所畏惧》的作品获得2023年笔会品特奖。我们要去猎熊的作者是一位充满激情的语言学家、天才人文主义者、国宝和胡言乱语大使。迈克尔·罗森 （Michael Rosen） 是200多本儿童和成人书籍的作者，他获得了2023年笔会品特奖。评委们称之为无所畏惧的作品提供了人性的教训。罗森将于2005月在大英图书馆举行的颁奖典礼上领奖。该奖项旨在纪念英国剧作家哈罗德·品特 （Harold Pinter），旨在表彰一位居住在英国、爱尔兰或英联邦的作家。用平特年诺贝尔奖获奖感言的话来说，他表现出强烈的智力决心来定义我们生活和社会的真正真相。罗森将与一位勇气作家分享该奖项。我感到非常荣幸能够获得笔会品特奖，罗森说。这立即让人想起世界各地许多人因为勇敢地写下他们认为不公正的事情。罗森的书包括1989年的畅销书《我们要去猎熊》，悲伤的书。该书探讨了罗森在儿子去世后的悲伤经历，以及最近的许多不同类型的爱。他记录了作者与 COVID-19 的濒死体验。评委之一诗人安特罗布斯说，罗森是一位充满激情的语言学家、天才人文主义者、国宝和胡言乱语的大使。迈克尔·罗森有一种罕见的、无价的天赋，能够以快乐、幽默和希望的精神解决生活中最严重的问题。马西·布洛姆菲尔德说，他无所畏惧地追究权力的责任，但他的作品仍然是人性的一刻，以及在脆弱的时候我们如何发现最好的自己。发言人接着称罗森为榜样，不仅因为数百万儿童的世界被他所塑造，而且也是他们的成年人。我们需要更多像他这样的人。迈克尔·罗森还是一位极具才华的演员、教育者，幽默诙谐，胡言乱语中描述了生活中思考在看完诗后，我录制部分片段供大家欣赏。在垃圾桶后面，在垃圾桶后面，我碰到一只叫泰德的狗。他说：“别管我了，我只想去睡觉了。”在垃圾桶的后面，我碰到一只叫罗杰的狗。我问：“你是这个垃圾桶的主人吗？”“不，我只是个租房客了。”在垃圾桶后面，我遇到了一只叫苏的狗。“你在这干什么呀？”“我没事可干呀。”这首诗幽默而有趣，描述了迈克尔·罗森创造的场景。下面是英语朗读和诗人谈他创作经历。谢谢观看，欢迎订阅点赞，我有机会会介绍作者儿童诗歌巧克力蛋糕和关于成人诗歌。
Is Down Behind the Dustbin by Michael Rosen. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Ted. Leave me alone, he says, I'm just going to bed. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Roger. Do you own this bin? I said. No, I'm only a lodger. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Sue. What are you doing here? I said. I've got nothing else to do.
I met a dog called Jim. He didn't know me. I met a dog called Jim. He didn't know me, and I didn't know magic. You just knew that. Yeah. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Jim. He didn't know me, and I didn't know. And you know, I did that the other day, and I got to the end of that, and the boy shouted out, "Well, how did you know his name was Jim then?" And I went, I don't know, actually. No, I'm sorry. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Sid. He could smell a bone inside, but he couldn't lift the... Well, he was a dog, wasn't he? Dogs don't lift lids. Why are you telling me this rubbish? Down behind the dustbin, I met that dog called Sid. He said he didn't know me, but I'm pretty sure he... Well, that dog was lying, wasn't it? Why are you telling me this immoral stuff about dogs lying? Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Barry. He tried to lift the bin, but it was too heavy to... Dogs don't lift bins. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Jack. Where are you going, I said. Nowhere, I'm just coming. Well, you're still going somewhere, even if you're coming back. This is nonsense. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Nicola. She looked a bit like an onion. So I thought that I would tickle her. I know, I suppose, yeah, you could have tickled onions, couldn't you? Yeah, no, you go to the shop, you go to Sainsbury's or somewhere, and they've got these, go to Sainsbury's, a big row of pickled onions, and they're all sitting there. Oh, no, that looks like me not breathing, doesn't it? Never mind. Anyway, here's the pickled onions. And then on the end, there's one jar of tickled onions. And they're all sitting in there going, "Wah! Don't stop it! Oh, you and your get out!" It's just stupid. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Felicity. It's a bit dark down here because they cut off my... I get a bit nervous about that one because I found out if I go into like a nursery class or reception and I do all those other ones and then I get to Felicity, and I promise you this is what happens every time I do it. I go, down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Felicity. It's a bit dark down here because they cut off my, and the little ones always go, head. Yeah, head. Head? Why would it be head? I don't... Oh, no, it would be dark, wouldn't it? It's a bit dark down here. I haven't got my head on, you know. That was rather a London dog, that one, wasn't it? Got my head on, yeah. When I was a boy, I had a favourite boy. It was when my mum made boy. Oh, I love boy. My mum, she says to me,
"Listen, Michael.
If there's any left over at the end of the day, you can take some to school tomorrow to have at playtime, or at lunchtime, or at playtime, or at play at lunch." So I used to go to school with a piece of chocolate boy in my little box, and I'd be walking to school in my little box. Yes, and I'd get to school, and it would be playtime or lunchtime, and I'd open up the box, take it out. Chocolate cake. Open up the paper. Look at it. Gonna get it. Well, look at it. I loved my mum's chocolate boy, yes. And I went to bed, and I was fast asleep. And then boy, oh, I love boy. My mum, she says to me,
"Listen, Michael.
If there's any left over at the end of the day,